everybody, Danielle Hargenrader here, co-author of Love, Forgive, Never Give Up. Here today to bring you an interview for our 33 Days of Love Challenge interview series, where we're interviewing authors and experts about how love has impacted their lives, and they can give you a little takeaway on how you can practice a little bit more love in your life to take your life to the next level through the power of love. Today, I am so thrilled to interview one of my closest friends and an amazing person and someone who has a lot of insight on the power of love, Dr. Jody Stanislaw. Jody, how are you today?
I'm great, Dee.
Yay, I'm happy to have you. Okay, so I'm going to read Jody's bio really quickly, and then she's going to get right into telling us her story about love. So, Jody's passion for helping others achieve optimal well-being stems from her success in overcoming the health challenges of living with type 1 diabetes since the age of 7. One of her core beliefs is that everything happens in one's life is a teacher, full of rich opportunities for personal growth. Even when the lessons are hard to see, they are there. She also has a passion for continually expanding her mind regarding the myriad of ways humans can and do choose to live their lives via visiting foreign cultures. That experience led her to realize that when people are out of touch with what they love about life and are lacking experiencing joy on a regular basis, no amount of money nor treatment regime will bring them the optimal health they are truly hungry for. This revelation inspired her to write a book to address this issue called Hunger, An Adventurous Journey of Finding Peace Within. So, Jody, why don't you give us your story about love?
Wow. Well, it's in 10 minutes. Okay, I can do this. I love my parents. I have no memory of them ever being married. They were divorced when I was 2. So I really didn't know much about love. What was modeled to me, I didn't think was a very good thing. So I decided to enter in the world to accomplish things. And, so I credit my childhood with helping me accomplish many things, but it has been a challenge because, if all you're doing is accomplishing things in life, you're really missing out on love. If you focus all your time on studying or money or whatever is that's on your radar for what you think is next in your life, it doesn't really leave a lot of room for connection and opening your heart and being vulnerable. So I really wanted a boyfriend, but I kind of went about it just like another accomplishment. And so I was not feminine in my approach. I went after it like I would ask out for guys for number. I would ask a guy for his number. I would approach guys. I gave this one guy flowers in 7th grade. I just walked up to him and gave him flowers. And I think I intimidated a lot of guys. I didn't really know how to be feminine. But I also had a lot of fear around the whole process. So I always wanted a boyfriend, but I just felt like I was a failure. I mean, I didn't get asked to prom. I didn't get asked to any dances. I didn't have a boyfriend in high school. I didn't have a boyfriend in college. And I was outgoing. And I just didn't know what I was doing wrong. I think it was a combination of my maybe desperation and fear. And, it just wasn't a good formula. I finally dated my first guy ever. I went on dates, but I never had a boyfriend. My first boyfriend, I was 30. But I dated him for 3 months until I realized that he was basically an ex-addict, and now he was addicted to exercise, which is how I originally, fell for him, because we were hiking together all the time and stuff. But he wouldn't ever. Everything was, I have to go hike. I have to go climb the mountain. I have to go work out. I have to, he was still an addict. So that didn't work. And then I was actually feeling, the other thing I didn't know about is how much your energy affects the world around you. You don't have to open your mouth, or you don't even have to have an expression on your face. But I've now realized how much whatever energy you're holding in your body, people consciously or subconsciously are aware of. And so that's why I think my neediness energy pushed so many people away, because I really felt desperate for love. And I think that desperation probably just seeped out of me. But one day I was, I think 33, and I was in the best mood. And I kid you not, I was driving on the freeway. I was out of town. I was living in Seattle at the time in med school, but I had just treated myself to some camping at this hot springs place outside of Portland. And I was leaving the hot springs place. I was in the best mood and I was jamming out to some music. And I saw a cute guy in the car next to me. And long story short, we used hand, signals to go meet for a drink. And we met at 55 miles per hour on the freeway, and we go for a drink, and he's my first ever love. We dated for a year and a half and was the sweetest man that's ever been in my life. But he was 15 years older than me, and he never wanted to get married again. He'd already had kids. He wanted to go live in a cabin by himself in Alaska. He's like, Jody, I love you, but our paths don't mix. Like, something's going to pull us apart. And sure enough, a year and a half later, I got a job in Thailand. So I said goodbye to him. And then, should I keep going on, or should I take a pause?
well, I mean, I think kind of here, what you're saying is, and in the meantime, kind of we're talking about love here, but what Jody is leaving out is that in that time of where she was feeling that neediness towards love, what she was doing was building an incredibly successful life for herself by becoming a naturopathic doctor, by accomplishing incredible health for herself while living with type 1 diabetes, which is something that I can also understand. And so just to keep it moving along, you now have now because I know you now have an incredible boyfriend, an incredible relationship, and he came into your life, in a way that was unexpected as well. And so I want to talk about the lessons that we're going to boil down, but I think one that everybody can take away is never assume that you're going to meet your love at the supermarket, or don't miss a chance happening meeting that could mean, a really incredible opportunity to have love or practice love or experience love. So, so tell us about Kyle and tell us, and then lead us out with a lesson that kind of all of that experience around knowing about your energy, being conscious of your energy, and kind of, I would imagine that self-love played a role in this as well. So just take us home with it.
Yeah. So I volunteer at the summer camp for kids with diabetes. And 2 summers ago, this man named Kyle was also volunteering at the summer camp for kids with diabetes. And I need to let you know, I teach people about Tinder. Like, I've been on so many Tinder dates. I've been on Match.com before it was even called Match.com. I'm sure somebody 5 years ago said, you should try online dating. I'm like, yeah, I have been for 10 years. So I have tried a lot. But again, anyways, so here I am volunteering, and this man, Kyle, falls head over heels for me, and he's never stopped calling me in the past 15 months since the day he's met me. And because I am not, so first of all, I didn't find him on Tinder, and I didn't find him online. I didn't find him getting dressed up to go out because I felt like I should to go be social in case I meet somebody. I met him in the woods volunteering at this diabetes camp. And I guess one of my biggest takeaways is don't fight things. I wish all of that energy and fight and angst that I put towards dating, that wasn't going to ever get me a guy, because I was approaching it with such dread and like fight. I think we just really need to find what feels good, because if what you're doing doesn't feel good, it's not going to attract what you want. And that was a lesson I wish I would have learned 25 years ago.
Yeah, and I just want to add, I think that's a fantastic lesson. The lesson is that when you begin following your own heart, and even when you are following your own heart, when you're doing things that are selfless and giving and that you enjoy, things like volunteering, things like giving back, things that are, you're stepping outside of yourself to give yourself to others, that's when you find other people who that's important to as well. And you can kind of have that connection that's more than just, hey, let's go get a drink. Not that that's not a good connection, because guess what? That's how I met Bill. We'll talk about that another time. But, don't assume. So
and just be kind to yourself. Like I literally felt like such a failure, and I felt like God hated me, and I didn't know why everybody else had a boyfriend and a husband and not me. And it's still hard for me. I'm 44. I still don't have a husband or kids. And sometimes I cry and think, I don't have a family yet, but I really just have to trust my life. And there's a lot of wonderful things in my life. And now getting to love Kyle has been a process for me. It hasn't been really easy for me because I'm not somebody that just falls in love easily. You know, I've had a very closed heart for so many years that luckily I have a man who's never faltered one day. He just loves me and he's just going to tell me that every day. Meanwhile, I'm over here in my crazy female brain kind of going, yes, no, this is good, this is bad, oh God, you know. And he just calls me, he's like, hey, honey, how's your day? He's just unfazed. He's always there. And yeah, it hasn't been an easy process for me, this whole thing called love. But I am finally at 44 in a relationship that's unlike anything I've ever been in. And I have a phenomenal man who's 10 years younger and super hot too.
I think that's a really great place to kind of to close out on. But no, I really can't thank you enough for being so candid and really sharing of yourself and of your experiences, because I know that there are a lot of women out there who have experienced very similar things, women who are incredibly successful in their careers. They have great friends and they can go out and do it, but it's where the love comes in, the truly finding that connection, the heart-to-heart connection with another person that's to be your partner in life, where we build up these walls and we do approach it with things like fear and hesitation and dread. When we come from a place of, I'm open, I'm willing to see what happens, and I'm here in the present moment, then that the experience that you have ends up being completely different. So I really can't thank you enough for all of your time. And for what's that? You have anything else to add?
Well, I just want to, I mean, I think my biggest takeaway is don't make finding love a task. You can't put it on your to-do list.
Yeah.
You got to just really let go and trust that it will happen without you driving the bus to force it to happen, because the more you force it, I think the more it runs from you. So just really enjoy your life, enjoy your friends, pray, meditate, go to the gym, have fun with your friends, and just trust that loving, happy energy is what will attract love for you.
Well, I love you, as you very well know.
Yes, I love you too.
And so for everybody else out there, we would this actually is a 33 days of interview or of love challenge interview series that is going along with our book project. If you'd like to check out our book called Love, Forgive, Never Give Up, go ahead to loveforgivenevergiveup.com and check it out. And we will see you on the next interview. Take care.